then for England's openers. Only two members of this revamped England side who have yet to entirely convince at the top of the order. He's had moments where he's looked the goods, the technique and the temperament look to be sound, but he has had difficulty in turning starts into big scores, and he's also had one or two problems when the quicker bowlers have gone around the wicket to him. Jasprit Bumrah is an expert new ball bowler. He's not too bad with the old ball either, Kumar.
He's got great skills. The awkward action to start with. Presents the team very well. Swing and sleep movement. And then with the old ball, he's got the pace, the yorker.
They're
All
good.
the variations.
Push up.
In underway. Still
I'm
excitement is palpable around the ground here at Edgbaston. Such is the way that England have gone about
He kicked
their
himself
cricket,
for
in particular
England,
their run
isn't
chasing
he?
over the course of the summer so far.
What's that calling then?
The public believes that England can chase down anything from anywhere. Jack Crawley, in his 25th Test match, is finding life rather tricky at the top of the order. Without his talent as a ball striker, technical problems in terms of keeping the good balls out have been his undoing.
Gosh, I'm never falling. I got him to spin.
Movement away from the right hand. Crawley from Bumrah, who locks in on a good length right from the off to the right hander. Crawley, last 100 was in trying to set up a game in Antigua, trying to set up a win as England looked to open up that series in the West Indies with a victory. It wasn't to be for them, but it was a sparkling innings there on a very, very flat surface.
It was.
Life has been a lot more tricky since then. The temperament as much as anything else is, isn't it, Kumar? He's kind of got the world on his back at the moment. He's finding similar ways of getting out all the time. You've got to try and lock out all that noise and just concentrate on the ball.
That's about spending some quality time out there. Fighting through the initial difficulties you have as an opener. All the movement. Sometimes you make the mistake of looking for the past for reinforcement. Looking at your previous good innings, perhaps the 100 in the West Indies, and thinking, oh, how did I feel back then? It's really to understand it's what is relevant, is what you feel on the day, what he feels now, and to allow the time for his body to fall into rhythm, into synchronization with what the bowler is doing, how the pitch is behaving,
Crawley again.
trying to recreate
Off
something from the past.
the spin then. Yep. Again. Nip.
Good lead.
It's a nip by Crawley.
Bumrah will concentrate on that area. It would appear wide, wouldn't it, to most watching, but it's been that sort of line, that sort of length that has tempted Crawley into those stiff-legged drives outside off stump. Bumrah will think, if I can just keep it there for long enough, eventually he's going to have a go. And then my slips and gully are in business.
And it's just the patience, isn't it? There's more patience the bowler or the batter.
It's warm.
The bowler so far is Crawley.
End of
Very
the
well played. First over comes to an end. England 1-5.
England, one without a loss, and end of the end of the first England, one without a loss, then. And it was least of the mark here. Well, look at the match summary card. India all out for 4-16, England to 84, 146 to 106 versus, and 56 and they just took 4. Now England will follow. England lead 3. England lead 300. 377 now.
From the pavilion end.
It comes. Oh!
Off around the wicket to lead
That's gone.
immediately. Very good reason for that, you would imagine.
It's gone.
Thinking side is to bring a couple.
Again, couple.
He's going to rename it.
Rename
Rename it Sham again. 18 over opening spell from the pavilion end.
1.1.
The miss,
Oh.
all of the rain breaks that we had on day 2 and 3. It's quite magnificent. You didn't really get the reward for it either.
You didn't really, did it?
You just have the figures of 2 for 78 and 22.
And that's going to be a problem for you. Is he back? Oh my word!
Comes charging down the track now.
Leeds with the shot. That's going to go all the way to the boundary.
Game on.
7 in.
There's one way to shake a blinded leg, isn't it? Rather than sit there waiting to be hit. You go out and meet the ball.
Good shot.
It's fantastic
Alex
entertainment. The
Leeds
markers have been
gets
set.
4
Not
points.
very
It's a
happy.
beautiful
A
shot.
little amused, perhaps.
He has some
A
good
thick inside
control
edge.
on the
Find
back
a way to
for
the
that
ball.
shot.
The
He has
mind
good
which way they
control.
come, as long as they come.
Gets 4.
The chase is on.
The chase is on for England. They've got a big target, and then they've got tomorrow was just a full day. So hopefully we're going to get good for tomorrow on the final day of this
Gracious, man.
test match. Leeds with that shot.
That is a good lead.
Yep.
Agreed. As long as it doesn't hit the stumps. Agreed. No death rattle, you're fine.
Well, boss, that was a good shot. Gorgeous shot. And look at that. What
Now,
was
as
the wide
left-handers
foot
both,
mark? Was
you and I, leaving the ball on leg, no problem with that. You
It was
still want to
too
cover the
late,
stumps a bit more than that, wouldn't you? It's
Easy
deep off
bowler
middle
would
and
have
leg
got.
there.
Sam would have got. Oh
Perfect
no.
judgment,
Yep,
coach.
yep, I'm with you. Okay.
Absolutely perfect.
I'm all positive here.
Couldn't without that. That's gonna be the problem is gonna face now.
I think Grisham was good.
Well, that shot by
Was
Lee
he?
was incredible. He had all my ability.
I'm thinking, well, that's an easy ball in defense, but no, he lets it go.
Sam thought it would have been a
Look at
wicket.
his
Look,
dive full length to his right.
listen.
Look at what middle
If it
leg.
was a little bit lower, he would have hit Tom. But now, I can see again. Good shot, there. Good shot.
Well played. That's really good. It's one of the things I really like about Alex Lees. When he's defending and when he is playing positively defensively, the bat comes down
It's
straight and broad. That gives you the basis, the foundation of
just
a
look
technique
at
which will
that.
keep you out in the middle. I mean, the expansive stuff is I'm not entirely sure it's him, but it's the way that his captain and his coach want him to play.
Oh! Yeah.
It's a good finish from Shami. Lees rehearses more expansive stuff through the offside, and that's the end of the second over, 9 without loss. It's worth having a look here, Kumar, at the reason why opposition
Yeah.
are looking to go around the wicket. Well, it's Lees hits him over the wicket. The first innings from Jasprit Bumrah. Lines the ball up well, is able to judge where he's off stumping. The same bowler goes around the wicket. That was well, his very first delivery, wasn't it? He got caught on the crease, was a little late on the ball. And his problems with Carl Jamieson. Son had his issues with Kemal Roach in the West Indies from around the wicket. Averages 21 around the wicket, 52 from over.
Well, this is a good batsman. He's
What
on
would
9
you
not
suggest
out.
in terms of lining himself up?
That. What was I upset? I put it. Oh, Colin is a run! Yeah.
They're crawling away.
Never thought of put
Well,
on one and
they've done loads.
then.
All the analysts around the world are doing all their work, the reference, captains and coaches accessing their databases, trying to find out what works and what doesn't. Where are the weak points and beliefs? It has been around the wicket angle. Perhaps it doesn't really change his guard from over the wicket to round the wicket. The lineman might be saying the same. Might be thinking, well, don't really get your foot across. Think about the LBW. You've got to have room for the bat to come through. With a variety of reasons. You can have a look.
Don't mind him there. Do not mind him there. Clipped away.
Not quite fishing out the off stump, but nevertheless, swinging in. And it's almost a guided to the final. Nice and back lift.
Coming out over pitching. Another couple.
Slightly wavered by both bowlers. Too full. A bit too down leg side at times. The batters have taken advantage. Need to set the tone, be disciplined, be patient as a bowler.
Fine, that's sweetly through the offside. And the motoring along seems to have just distracted Jasprit Bumrah from the basics of finding that good length. He's not too straight and full, but he's gone a little short and wide. And Lees is in no mood to let him off with anything wayward.
Immediately prompted a change in the field. Extra cover going in to plug that gap. Short mid wicket. Deep. Mid-on's quite close. Traditional mid-on position and the 3 slips.
No, I didn't. Alright. What happens in this one? Oh! End of year for England, 18 for Cutler.
From Lees. 18 without loss.
That was a good end, wasn't it? 18 without loss. It was a... Look at
Lees
the...
in his setup. Nice and upright. High back lift.
Shit!
Rather than the hands and move up and down. His alignment is a little bit better. This innings, Butch. Early on from over the wicket, he aligns to the bowler and almost keeps the same position. At times, it gets him into trouble. Doesn't cover the stumps enough.
It was...
Sometimes when you're that far away from the ball at that angle, you play a lot more. And even if you do miss, you really don't get your head into a position that allows your bat to meet the ball. Once you get yourself aligned more towards the ball without really closing yourself off, you have much more chance of making better contact.
It's the first thing again. So what you're saying really is just that front shoulder. Shoulders are kind of lined up to the bowler still being over the wicket. In the first innings. And you think this innings he's just turned just that little bit, shoulders pointing probably come down a little further to line up with where the ball's coming from.
The back toe also more middle and off. Little adjustments that batters make from time to time. It could be just for the day and for the way they're feeling. It could be a longer term adjustment to make sure that you don't have the same weakness being repeated, especially for release around the wicket. And also change in mindset, the chase, looking to score runs. Sometimes just that change can get you to the best positions possible because you're looking to score runs.
It looks like water system big. Look at he's got.
This opening partnership is going to be very important for
Leash is back
England,
on
isn't it, Butch?
strike.
Not just these two batters, but the partnership itself. Whoever backed that opening,
But it's batted in
they
opening
can
together before.
back together for 15, 20 overs.
Or 15
See off
to
that new
25
ball, get lots
minutes.
of the ball. Just makes it so much easier for the rest that are
No,
following.
how did you get? They've had almost a full day. Here,
Yeah, one thing's for sure, the captain and
the full day because without any
backroom
rain in
staff,
the game.
they are
Good
desperate for
for
these
the
two
captain.
to succeed as well.
Boys is my 19 without us. There's 19 without us now. 3.3 all players. Oh!
Good from Alex Lees.
3.4.
Really getting into the ball, as Kumar says, that positivity can get you into great positions, even defensively.
It's time.
His partner just leaning across and going, yeah, that looks pretty good to me.
Great chess sides always seem to have a very, very settled and capable opening pair. Makes for a great foundation. Just allows for confidence to see through your entire
That's
batting
because
line.
England
Just the start for
they've got
Ian Crawley.
players like Ollie Pope, David and
Many more
Gilbert,
test matches hopefully
Billy.
for the two of them together.
They've got
Long
Joe
careers playing for
Foster,
England.
Root and Pope, they're good batsmen for England. So Pope, Root, Stokes and Best, so they're key batsmen for England. But if they do this, they will count them. End of the over then. England 19 without a loss.
Ball's gone, 19 for none.
Good as I mind. He's showing the batsman. Possibly. And then.
But we're not seeing anything untoward happen just as yet. England we've had the heavy roller on between innings, trying to flatten anything out. We've seen one or two balls stay down, bowling from the City end. A bit more high bounce bowling from the Pavilion end.
The fact that the roller will wear off maybe about 10 overs into this innings, and then you see the uneven bounce again. That's going to test the English batters.
It is good. Oh, I was good by Crawley.
Missing his line by a considerable
It
distance.
was good.
Crawley able to get up the other end.
Crawley's on 3 not out now and goes south to Alex. He's on 17.
I'm guessing
Not out.
given what England did against New Zealand, granted that this is a terrific bowling attack. I mean, they've had
Well, you
success
saw like
around
Trent
the world.
Bowles.
There must be tension for India as
And
well. I
even
mean, imagine
since Savia trying to do their best to get England out.
378.
Trent Bowles. Kyle James.
So, they're humans as
Trent
well.
Bowles and of course since Savia
We
all
get
doing their
to
best.
give them the best.
No, they did pretty good.
It's a very, very good take of more for him. Well, you're absolutely right, Coach.
Perfectly.
India would have watched those chases against New Zealand. They'd have planned for that fourth-inning chase just in case.
Look at that Shabai.
I'm going to
Play it
stop the runs. I'm going to try and take wickets. Not just
play
early
it.
wickets. How do we get Bairstow?
Play
How do
it
we
like
get
that.
Stokes? How do we get Root? The backbone of the English batting.
They
The
are
crowd as well. They're
keeping
very, very engaged with this new style of play. They believe that England can chase this down as well.
It's doing so
Rafael cynics in response.
On
It's not
18,
happening.
so the best calling is on 3.
Part of the reason why England appeared unstoppable in the run chase against New Zealand was that you tried telling that to 20,000 people with freebies at Headingley, and they believed it in their bones that it could be done. But the interesting thing here is that if India start taking wickets, there are just as many fans here supporting India as there are England. So that atmosphere can change very quickly in this ground.
It really can, but India. 4.4.
Much more like that. A lot of Indian fans everywhere the Indian team goes,
4.4.
especially
Now,
here in Birmingham. They've come in numbers. Is that Virat Kohli? Little portrait. Holding it for Virat to see. Virat deep in thought. Thinking about the delivery that misbehaved. Bounced and took the glove.
Good balance from Crawley. And the ball to come to him as well, nicely there. Will always be relatively upright. Crawley doesn't really bend into the ball, but at least there that he was in control of the hands and the back face. He didn't go flying out in front of him. That one just leapt a little from Bumrah. 21 without loss.
Auntie Kate hasn't just cultivated it.
Third umpire, Ray Erasmus, has just given us the late shout that that was another ball from Jasprit Bumrah.
oh,
Yeah, in the previous innings, it was Lee's on strike with a ball after the
how
no
cool
ball.
was that?
Old from around the wicket, absolutely castled, but this time it's Crawley. Maybe he's thinking of the same, maybe he's not. What's it going to be this time?
Oh, clipping terms from Zach Crawley. He will put you away all day long there. Never make him feel a lot better about life. 26 without loss.
It was a good shot, even though it wasn't a ball.
What goes into the all-new Skoda Fabia? Skoda.
Well, it's slowly at its best. It wasn't a great
Life-changing boundary
start.
off the last ball of the previous over, according to Mark Butcher. Certainly was a good shot from Zach Crawley. Here's Shami.
Let me again.
Alex
5.1.
Lees has looked very proactive
And,
and in the zone. He's had a couple of close calls. He's been looking pretty decent, and this was very decent from Zach Crawley. Lovely bit of timing.
it was, wasn't it? Yeah. And that body with that shot. It was superb by Claudia. And you're doing a nice positive.
Well, it's not been a dull start.
Oh my word!
And 20 minutes or so watching on the camera gantry. It's a wonderful atmosphere at Edgbaston today. The England supporters in the Holly stand were in full voice. The Indian supporters responded. Really, really good vibe. We've got key
say when he got the job and appointed McCullum and Stokes, strap yourselves in and enjoy the ride. I reckon that's what they've come in for, this ride that's going to be the chase. Record chase if they can. They're off to a flyer. They will come back stronger, and they know they've still got 351 runs in the bag.
I think they need to score about 6.5 if they're going to win today. That's the way McCullum and Stokes are thinking.
Well, that's what McCullum said at the Cart, the last game. He said when there were about 50 overs left and England were chasing whatever in the last game. On day 4, Stokes came in and said, can we win it today?
India,
Even though there was a day 5. I think he might be pushing it a little bit today. McCullum said he was positive, but Stokes took it to a different level.
He said Stokes has got me covered on that one.
England needs 351 to win this second test match with India. Yeah. 5.4 overs. Shami is really good with the ball. He's really good with that ball, isn't he? Looking at India.
Rahul Dravid spoke briefly with me this morning and we were looking at the pitch. He felt the ball was going to turn. We certainly saw that from Jack Leach when he bowled it into the footholds outside the left-hander's off stump. And how long it is before India deploy their left-arm spinner. The rock star.
27 with our 5.4. Show me the ball to Corey.
Wide of the crease.
Oh,
He was
actually!
rather in two
Is he
minds
going to
as
get
to whether
two?
to play or leave.
Is he going to get two? I don't know.
Bat and run down to third man.
Oh, he got two. It's on 9 now, Corey.
Yeah, it's only been
9.
5 and a bit overs, but Crawley has been a bit more
Oh, 10.
watchful outside that off
They
stump,
got
and he's
3
left a
left.
few out there.
Corey's on 3
Shami's
now.
just held it out there. The first one, he didn't know whether to leave or play.
We didn't know really, did we?
Trying to be a bit more watchful outside off stump.
By Crawley.
One he was in 2
It was
minds.
beautiful. The colours in the football. They've got 3. They've got 3 runs there. By winning 3, they've got 3 runs. It was a beautiful shot, though. I thought it was going to go foil for. Oh, it was you. End of the
30
day.
loss.
End of the day. England favours our loss now. Two. It was.
One of the subs has ran on with a drink and actually was in conversation with Jasprit Bumrah. I wonder if there's a little message coming from the dressing room with tactical advice.
Yeah, this one's for. We'll find out which one. Corey on strike. Oh, ah!
Man out there, probably be one.
Yeah, we want
Oh,
this one.
it is one despite the slip.
11. Corey's on 11 now. He's doing something there. It's not really offside. He's just trying to just slip and throws it back. Let's see what the slip going. 50. This got singular.
Get odds of 2 to 1 on England winning this game. Seems a little stingy.
The effect of the last 3 games and the run chase, form that Bairstow's in the middle order, and the fact that it's not going to be a draw, you'd think. So the draw's gone out of it completely. The pitch is not bad. Remember, with all the rain we've had, really a day 4 morning pitch, not afternoon, so still decent pitch. Exploded. Good pitch, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Leach didn't spin many today.
He didn't.
That's why actually what England did today was vital. That spell after here went nowhere, and they got the wickets quickly because now England are batting earlier in the game. India kept batting and the pitch would have deteriorated, and
It was.
tea time it could be spinning a bit. Vital wickets either side of lunch.
Oh, what's the goal?
Attempted Yorker from, but just overcooked it.
Well,
He's brilliant at bowling though. It's not so straightforward with a brand new Duke's ball and that lacquer on it.
Super Bowl 15 you for Bomba. Leash is on 20. For this new 12 of 20 deliveries. But look, it was right small, my God. It was.
Nice
Yeah.
straight bats from Leeds.
The back. Find the ball and off over.
Another full toss. This one has been squirted through point for a couple. 35 without loss. Very unlike
35.
Jaspreet Brahma.
Yeah, I think he was going for a Yorker there. New Zealand, for some reason, against Leeds, early on went for quite a few Yorkers. Whether opposition to see, he's missed his Yorker by a yard at least there. That's the point Ian Ward was making about the new Duke's ball is different. Bowling at the death. And the white ball.
Nothing final. In India, 460 now. 245 now. England with 284 out. The fifth is called the needed 343 more runs to win the fifth and final test between India here. So, again,
Well, it looks like Jadeja has been
24, they're all out.
given the nod, get loose.
It was Sharma.
Already starting to think about his field and who he wants in and who he wants out. So we're going to have an early look at spin.
A T-Brick and a T-Brick. Corey Cumberland second is on 12 of 20 deliveries. So let's see what he does. Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Two straight away.
Can I get two? Can I get
You'll
two?
get there. Good run. Good aggressive run.
Get two.
Yeah, he's too deep there for Jara. And they're just looking a little bit
Corey
rattled
now
here.
is on
India.
14.
Couple of full tosses from Bumrah already. There's going to be a change in pace. Pujara not the quickest and he's right out in front of the Hollies. He has to come in 10.
He does.
I'm just telling him, stop the two out there and he has come in now. Pujara, he was at least 10 yards deeper than that.
He was. Well, that's the problem. It's Sean. He's probably thin. Seven.
We mentioned about Bumrah maybe struggling with the Yorker because the lacquer on the Duke's ball. It's not really straightforward for Jadeja to grip it as a spinner. Shane Warne saying about playing an early season, particularly county cricket, you had to learn to bowl a slider because of the lacquer. And sometimes a bit of
I think
dampness
he
on the
did,
ball.
but. Oh no!
I think Lees has just asked the Indian skipper if he could change his bat. That Yorker, I reckon, went into the bottom of his bat.
Lovely.
Lovely
straight
by
line
Corey.
through straight mid on from Zach Crawley.
Yeah, very strong. That's the value of the lead. He's left it well outside off stump, and Shami
Corey's
has
on
gone for the magic
18.
delivery and gone a bit
18
straighter. And that plays
not at
straight into
Corey.
Crawley's strength.
England
He's
loses
very
41
strong
with
from
by
Everything is set
40.
up perfectly for
Oh,
that
it
shot.
was a beautiful 40.
Leave the ball,
41.
let the bowler come
It
to
was
you.
a good shot
That's
by
what he's
40.
done
Look
so
at
far.
that one.
Well,
It was good. 41 was all off now. Again, this is superb. Again, shot. Oh my word.
nicely.
7.4. He's doing good now, honestly. Then. Oh my word, I was.
Tucked away for a couple at least.
And not Germany, England fighting the foul off. Sorry, no, I was wrong. One more ball.
That chap resting his pipe on his child's head. Well, they're strengthening the leg side field after that straight drive, and the clip for two. Mid-wicket comes in. It's come out a slip.
And not
Once
Germany.
again, 43
England
with that loss.
43 the foul off now.
Auntie Kate hasn't just meowed babysitting. She's absolutely cinched it. Just like she cinched her motor. Cinch is the easy way to buy a car online.